Happy Cinco de Mayo! Let's have some tacos! Made out of jelly beans. Hello, food freaks, and welcome to That's Rank. My name's Chris, and today is Cinco de Mayo, which is the anniversary of Mexico's victory over the French Empire at the Battle of Puebla back in 1862. So to celebrate today, I've decided to honor Mexico in the most respectful way possible by having jelly beans from Brachs that feature all the flavors of a taco truck. Quick shout out to my buddy Destined Goblin, who put these on my radar a few weeks ago when he reviewed them on his channel. These are actually an American exclusive, but you know, I've got connections. I know some people, so when it comes to getting my hands on snacks, we make things happen for you. And now here's the 6 flavors we'll be looking at today. Margarita, churro, salsa, guacamole, beef taco, and horchata. So first question on my mind, what taco truck is selling margaritas? We don't have anything like that up here. There's no way you can get away with selling alcohol like that on a public taco truck. Y'all got some fancy taco trucks down in the USA. And you know what? Let's go ahead and start with the margarita. Not only is it the least terrifying of everything that we've listed here today, but let's eat this meal in order. We gotta start with the drinks to get the party started. I'm glad I got it right because it actually looks suspiciously like the guacamole one, but I was pretty sure that I separated these appropriately. The guacamole one, for some reason, is a little bit cloudy, and I don't know why. Why is the guac cloudy, Brachs? Like, what are y'all doing to your guac down there? Anyway, we'll get to that later. Let's first talk about this margarita. I don't think it has any alcohol in it because, frankly, I didn't taste any alcohol in it. And I don't think that you can transport alcohol over the border either, but you know, I was hopeful. All that to say, this episode is not getting lit. So it's really good, but I can't in good conscience call it a margarita because it's missing a few elements. It's got the strong lime flavor, but it's super sweet. It doesn't have the salt, and it doesn't have the bite of the tequila in it. However, I wonder if you were to take a handful of these and just drop them in a bottle of Jose Cuervo and wait for just nature to take its course over the span of a week or so, would you have a margarita in a bottle? I'm not gonna do it, but you know what? You go ahead and do so, and you tell me in the comment section down below if it worked. All right, it's time to go to the main course. You know what? Let's not mess around with the sides or anything. It is taco time. If you ever, and I mean ever, get a beef taco that tastes anything like that jelly bean there, you need to see a doctor immediately, or at least take one of those pills that induces vomiting, because you've inevitably got some food poisoning that's on the way. That right there is the single worst taco I've ever had in my life, and you need to take into account that Expired Taco used to be my online dating name. Like, what even is the seasoning in there? You know what? It's super smoky. It's like they rolled the jelly bean around inside of an ashtray. And I'm not talking just any ashtray, I'm talking one of those heavy glass ashtrays. You know the ones that are sitting at your grandma's house? She's been playing hearts with her girlfriends for the last 4 hours. They're chain smoking away. There's like 3 or 4 packs of cigarettes in there. Somebody picked up that ashtray, dumped it into the candy making machine, ground it up, and spat out that jelly bean. Oh, I need to clear that out. Need some salsa. Oh, why? Who designed this? Are you watching this video right now? Because if you are, I have a question for you. Have you ever tasted salsa in your life? It tastes like somebody took a whole onion, like a really powerful onion, and dunked it right into a bottle of Heinz ketchup, threw it on a stick like a candy apple, and they've been giving it out to children who've been acting up. Actually, there's these kids who go to the park that my son likes to go to, and they're always throwing rocks at the ducks in the pond or climbing up the slide when my son's trying to find the courage to go down the slide in the first place. Should I make up a couple of candy apples? You know what, we'll figure that out later. I need guac to save the day. Why does it taste like the Lowe's Garden Center smells? So I acknowledge that there's simply no more onions to utilize. They've used them all. Every onion that they possibly have available to them is inside the salsa jelly bean. But they also didn't use avocado, they didn't use lime, and they didn't use cilantro. What they did is they weeded someone's backyard garden, didn't bother shaking the soil off, and then turned it into the jelly bean. I'm guessing that the person who created this was told, hey, use some green onions in there, and they figured the stem of a dandelion was a perfectly acceptable substitution. Okay, maybe, and I'm not optimistic with what I'm telling you right now, but maybe the taco, the salsa, and the guacamole were meant to be eaten together in unison, and that's where I went wrong. Now, that does taste like a late night taco truck. Specifically, they've replicated the flavor of my taco coming back up after a long night of tequila right down to the bile flavor. They need to change the name of this product from taco truck to regurgitation. I'm pretty sure that they've ruined these last two jelly beans for me. Like, I'm gonna try churro right now. I don't see how you can possibly go wrong with churro, but does anyone really want to eat a churro when they've got a mouthful of vomit aftertaste going on? Because that's where I'm at right now. This feels incredibly unfair because I didn't even have a real margarita to kick off this video in the first place. Churro, cinnamon and sugar, please do not screw this up. So that would be weird. A churro, it's not. It's not bad, I just didn't taste anything in the way of cinnamon at all. It's more like a salted caramel. Like, Brach, did you guys accidentally mix the salted caramel in this bag? I'm gonna take it after this horrifying creation over here. You know, at least it's not like the guac where you confused avocado with forest floor. It's not as good as the margarita, but I'm partial to lime, so it's no shock that I'm giving props to that one. But what it is doing is it's helping start to clear out that awful taco flavor little by little. Brachs, seriously, look at me right now. Y'all need to wash your tacos because I think you have an infection. All right, last one up, horchata. So horchata is basically rice water with some added vanilla, cinnamon, and sweetness. I know that rice water probably doesn't sound appetizing, but just thank your lucky stars that it's not hot dog water, I'll tell you what. Okay, horchata, that's pretty good. It's the first one I've had that's more or less spot on. I taste cinnamon. I taste vanilla. You know what? That's all I've been asking for. Like, where the beef taco is concerned, what I wanted was some ground chuck, some chili powder, some garlic, some onion, guac. I want avocado, I want lime, I want cilantro, I want onion. Salsa, I want anything other than whatever the hell that was. So here's the bottom line for you. The ones that are sweet, they came through in spades, and the savory ones just, no. Like, it's the scrapings at the bottom of the taco pot, and the pot's been sitting out waiting to be washed for the last 3 months. You know what? Destin Goblin did warn me that these weren't good, but I didn't listen. I'm sorry, man. All right, let's jump over to Amazon, and we're gonna start with Pretty Pretty Princess, who gives these 5 stars because they're a great gag gift. 5 stars only because they'll make a great gag gift. Otherwise, the flavors are a solid number 2 and are off the charts repulsive. Horchata was the only decent flavor, only because it tasted like sugar. The beef taco and salsa tasted like vomit. On a positive note, my offspring got a kick out of watching me gag. Angie L says these aren't meant to be and gives them 2 stars. It was fun to try these flavors, but after an initial taste test with 6 people, we trashed them. The tastes were accurate. Spot on, actually. That's the problem. Salsa should never be made into a chewy, sugary form, nor tacos. Definitely not guacamole. The only close to edible one was horchata. These should be sold in a small bag just to have enough to try. Paying for a large bag that'll have a 95% of the contents thrown out is a heartbreaker. Angie, sweetheart, if you think the taco, the salsa, or the avocado taste like the real deal, I've got a candy apple with your name on it. Just meet me in the park. Finally, Tommy Wilson has a lot to say, giving the absolute longest review I've ever looked at on this channel and giving these 1 star. These are by far the worst thing that I've ever put in my mouth. And believe me, that's really saying something. Tommy, you and me both. I started off slow, easing in a churro while my husband simultaneously tried a horchata. We dove in together on the count of 1, 2, 3. He says, not bad. I say, kinda gross, but not vomiting yet. That's when it happened. I accidentally jumped ahead of myself and ate a beef taco. I almost tossed my jelly beans right there. But I removed it from my gullet, wiped away the tears, and powered through. Next up, I figured I would try salsa. How bad could it be? I love salsa. Salsa's easy. Tomato, cilantro, onion, you go from there. But no, not this one. I began uncontrollably blinking as if to indicate that my body had gone into shock. From this point on, I felt I had nothing to lose. My taste buds had already been slaughtered like a quiet couple in the middle of a southern Kansas after being taken in by a mysterious drifter who only carries with him a knapsack and a smirk. I removed the bean mush and went straight for margarita. Nope. Puke City population me. Guacamole was my last effort toward any hope of redemption. The worst flavor. I don't know who was high on the flavor panel that day at Brach's, but they were obviously smoking some good stuff because this is the prank to end all pranks. I'll be secretly sneaking them into my stepdaughter's Easter candy in an unmarked bag as soon as I click submit. Well, Tommy, it's been a while since you posted your review, and I do hope that you fully recovered. In the meantime, I guess this has been a Cinco de Mayo to remember, although I'm not really sure that I want to. Thank you as always for liking, commenting, and subscribing.